So I'm Dr. Tanja Phillips. I'm a GP by background, qualified many years ago, so over 30 years ago in general practice. And then about 10 years ago, moved across into the world of health, wellbeing and aesthetics, while still just keeping my hand in NHS general practice a little bit too. So it gives me a good overview of overall health, wellness, medical health, but also gives insights into the limitations of what we can achieve in general medicine too. We are aiming with our collaboration to expand our offering here at The Haven, and we're really excited to be able to do that with Levitas. So from the outset, I've been involved with The Haven since before the space was properly built. So involved in the inception of it, choosing the team, and Mr. Banani's vision here was really to create a centre of excellence whereby we're not treating our clients in silos, which we so often do, and one of us is sort of working on one aspect of the health where another is working on the other. So it's really about us working together as a team with our client at the centre of that. And our mission really is to make people feel, live and look healthier. So our values here are really creating a trusted space for when people walk through the door, that we're putting our arms around them, we're looking after them, they trust in us and what we can deliver to them. To be, and are on our way to being, is the trusted place to go, both locally here in the area of Knightsbridge in London, but also nationally and internationally. So we've got some potential international partners here as well this evening, which is really exciting for us to be developing. We really want to encompass that kind of holistic approach using functional medicine, general medicine, but we've also got experts in acupuncture. So we've got Josh up there today. We've got nutrition, lifestyle advice, and we've got laser and aesthetics. So the area that I specialise in is more the aesthetics, laser, health and wellbeing side of things. And that's why we need people like Dr. Ash, Josh and the rest of the functional medicine team here to support all of that. But we discuss individual cases together, so I don't just do my bit and they do their bit. We discuss the cases, what we can do to optimise individuals' health. So Dr. Kapoor is the founder of the Levitas clinics, and with our work together, we believe that we'll be able to do something really special here. And he's going to be going through in a lot more detail what his approach is and the 8R approach to health and wellbeing and longevity. So what we want to achieve is that unified approach, so that we're looking at everybody as an individual. You're always going to be at the centre of what we're doing. We have very similar values and beliefs in what we want to do, which is why this is a perfect collaboration. So at The Haven, we want to choose carefully who we collaborate with, and Dr. Ash also wants to choose carefully who he collaborates with and the team collaborate with. And we both believe this is a synergy that will both benefit our patients' pathways from.
How does conventional is it different to longevity? With convention, we look at the end point. We look at your blood pressure, your diabetes, your dementia. We look at all things that we can physically see, and effectively we then suppress at that level. So you don't get pain, your skin gets better, your gut symptoms go away. So we basically suppress at the matter at the point where the symptom comes up. Longevity looks at things very differently. It looks at the starting point of the journey and tries to manage things at that level. So what is the starting point? Well, what is root cause analysis? Root cause analysis must be the journey between your DNA, that is your sort of genes, that is your instruction manual. It's in hard copy, so it never changes. Your DNA today is the same as it was 10, 20, 30 years ago. It's a hard copy. So what have we achieved in convention? Well, we created 126,000 labels, and now there's going to be equal numbers of pre-diseases. So you'll have 126,000 diseases and 126,000 pre-diseases. Over 20,000 FDA-approved drugs. Enhanced siloing of a healthcare system. So you get specialists everywhere doing their little bit, but no one's putting the picture together. Most GPs are too busy prescribing, like I was, or looking out for side effects and prescribing again. So effectively, no one's putting it together. And the increased siloing means that the body is not being looked after in one approach. And your body talks to each other, as we discovered. The genes talk to each other. It's called intercellular communication. You're made of 30 trillion cells, all connecting. So without that, you're never going to get better. Our genes have been built in nature, where there's scarcity. There's no food for a few days. You'll be cold, you'll be hot. So effectively, our whole genetic code has been built for scarcity, and yet we're living in abundance. So abundance is not something our cells are used to, and the body will store sugar larders, protein debris larders, our shapes change, but most importantly, all of these things create more inflammation. So we're feeding this cycle of decline. And really all we need to do is get back to where that chap is happiest. And that's the sort of approach we take. Everybody in this room will be aluminium toxic, I promise you. We've done so much testing. It's in the air, we're breathing it in, we live in a city. We may also have lead, mercury, galvanium. If you've had CT, MRI scans, you'll definitely have galvanium. The bad news is it takes 30 years for 50% of it to leave you. So whatever aluminium you've absorbed today, only half will be gone in 30 years. So you're accumulating these heavy metals in your cells and they become toxic. They can't move properly, they're not agile. Water pollution, there's stuff in the water that we have no control over. Soil contamination, in order to have everything all the time, the soil's manipulated, it's hormonally manipulated, it's interfered with fertilizers, you're just bringing it into the body. Electromagnetic fields, we get frustrated when the internet doesn't work or something doesn't happen, but actually this radiation, we are a circuit, we're just a biocircuit, and these EMFs are affecting us. Now the mind, we've talked about matter and we've talked about energy, but we really need to focus on the mind, and I'm not talking about your conscious mind in terms of your academic mind, your ability to count, arithmetic, analyze papers. We're talking about the subconscious mind, and this is something that we really haven't paid much attention to. Our sympathetic nervous system is our fight or flight, and if this is working over time, you get all of those things, tension, overwhelm, there's lots of other things. And our parasympathetic shut down, our rest and digest is shut down. It's almost like the body's saying, you can't work at the moment because we've got a real tension and stress going on. But what we don't realize is that trauma, injury, things going on early in childhood, even in utero, if it's distressing for the body, it compartmentalizes it. It almost puts it into a safe cap and stores it in your subconscious brain, the approach we take. So the first thing we do is restore your highways. Now, these are the infrastructures that allow everything to talk. And there's only 6 or 7 things. B12 at high levels. Now, most reference ranges say 300 is okay. In human optimization, levels should be 900 to 1500. If we go back to that first slide. And then so restoring is hormones, testosterone, DHEA, pregnenolone, progesterone. It's not just about estrogen and progesterone. It's about all these hormones, melatonin. So we restore your infrastructures. B12, iron, and vitamin D are the other things. So we check your bloods and make sure all of those things are in place, because without an infrastructure, your body's not going to be able to communicate. Then we have to go into what they call release, detox. Now this is aggressive, but probably the biggest thing that you would do. You start accumulating toxins in your gut. You've got layers of debris on your small intestine, which is 70% of your immune system. So you could take the best vitamins you want, it won't get in, and the back wall is leaking. So we detox the gut. We then detox the liver. Now, we've got Siggy here, who's a pioneer in liver, and certainly some of my personal trials I've done reinforce that this is the silver bullet. Because if your gut's not working, your body won't give up on you. It's the liver's job to deal with it, and the liver won't let anything through. So it develops a waiting list. It's like that traffic jam on the M25, which means toxins from your brain, your heart, kidneys can't get in. And beta amyloid plaque is a toxic protein in the brain causing dementia. It could be released if your liver was clean. And then there's a reframe. Once we've got you back into play, which is about 90 days in those first 4 places, you come back and your mindset is different. You're much more amenable and receptive to other forms of therapy. So at that point, we introduce hormesis, short, sharp stressors, cryo, holotropic breath work, infrared, all of these things, which then takes you to an even higher level. Before that, you get a temporary reprieve. But at that point, it's 1,000% better outcome. And then depending on what you do for a living, if you're a cerebral job, we give you nootropics. If it's physical, we fix the amino acids. So, ultimately, we kind of look at things in a slightly different way, and it's very signature medicine. It's not the same. We'll go through the slides and talk a little bit about reconnect, remake, and represent. So if we go to the next slide. Next one. So, those are the things we would look for and restore in the restore phase. Very easy, simple blood test, and all of you will be different. So we give you bioidentical hormones that are exactly the same as what your body produces at the right dose. Talk a little bit about autophagy. In your body, you have 3 fridges or larders: sugar, protein debris, and fat. Now, the body or the brain is very efficient or lazy, whichever way you want to look at it. It'll always go for sugar because it's quick energy, it's microwave food. And that's why we don't get better, because we're storing that sugar at a higher and higher level. So when we stop you eating, we use those Mars bars as a form of energy. And within 3 to 4 days of fasting, you've used them up. Your body then goes to the next larder, which is protein debris. Now, what is protein debris? You make 3.6 million cells every 1 second. The dead cells don't go, they get scattered in all your other 30 trillion cells as dead protein. But by finishing the sugar, your body's forced to go in there, take this protein, recycle dead protein to brand new DNA and energy. So that's the next stage. And then you biohack fat. So you will lose weight watching television once you've emptied those 2 larders out. Starvation and fasting are not the same. Starvation happens when you've used all your larders and the body's then got to eat itself in terms of muscle mass, etc. It's unsafe for women. That's not true. You have to fast smart if you're a cyclical woman. You must never fast in the last 14 days of your cycle, because the body will not let go of your sugar. It says it's not for you, it's for a potential baby. So you will struggle with the fast in the last half of your cycle. Days 1 to 10 of a 28-day cycle, no problem. But even women can benefit from autophagy.